Hello everyone, Liam here with another video. Gonna do a 1v1 since I've not done one of those in a while, or at least I feel I haven't. So the map here would be Tundra, lots of snow, little bits of frozen lake that you can sort of fish in. There seems to be one Llama set for each player, and a couple of Cupas. Pinto here in the red, he's got a couple of Cupas quite close to him, which you could maybe eat as well as his Flump. Wherever is there's his Flump. So the standard practice here would be lure the Flump, eat that, and then probably to farm to get yourself to tech level 2. Unfortunately losing the worker there, that's not great. I see that Pinto's decided to eat the Cupas first, which might set him back a little bit. But at least there's that dead worker differential there to maybe equate it to. You can see that the food processors are getting placed down as well. There isn't a massive amount of food on a full percent. I don't know if this is efficient. This was in 2009. I'll trust myself since I played the game a lot then. Well, it was maybe a good plan. Oh. A little bit of me dies inside seeing that farm placement though. So I'll speed up a little bit just to make it through T1, because it gets a bit monotonous. I found the map as bollocks, as in bad. I would agree. Not much food out the farm. Too busy typing to micro the workers, I guess. I've got the 4 farms up, so should be able to sustain the worker production, so maybe not a bad call to go right into the food processor there. Just going to have to eat these trees at long distance for a little bit, because I still need to build one house and a carbon processor. But the 5 farms should be enough to sustain the worker production. And if we take a look, let's have a look at the who's come off better here in the workers. So Nibbler's on 17 and 13, so I've fallen quite a bit behind, it would seem. So maybe the mighty Cupas were the way to go here. Huge differential of them just right in front of the command center. Plus there is the dead worker as well. They've got the carbon set up. It's a nice forest. It looks quite easy to wall there as well. There's on the other side. Not too bad to wall either. That's a very nice forest as well. So that should be some good benefits for each player when they go into T2. When the trooping starts. So 17 workers, 23 workers. Big deficit there. Last few farms being placed. Looks like Pinto's maybe going to wall all the way to there. And then he's got this hill that he can just defend the other opening, which is really cool. It's unfortunate to get tusk-catted as you try to wall. Troop center almost done here for Pinto. Yeah, I don't think I rate my my T1 macro at this point in the game. 2009. Not in this game anyway. I feel there's maybe been some slacking of actually queuing up the workers to create that deficit. I don't think we could blame it all on the Cupas. So troops being built here. He's got quite a bit of a lead with those extra workers. It's going to have the 2 troop centres up before the power cores here. And of course, with those Cupas injecting the food into his economy as well, he doesn't have any farms expiring just yet. Whereas we've had about 3 expired, and then these 2 are about to go as well. However, we did mismanage things in the sense that we had a lot on carbon, probably a lot more than we needed to in T1. So, the troops flying over to try and press his early sort of tech advantage there. I'd also do a bit of scouting, makes him feel fine. Pushes me onto the defensive. And what you can focus on doing is not cutting any corners in his economy and then making the troops when you can. Whereas we're probably going to feel a bit pushed to make enough troops just to make sure we're safe and fine and not losing workers. You can see that that carbon deficit is becoming a little bit of an issue here. Seems to have completed his Great Wall here. It's very nice, even leaves his Nova quite safe for him. This is a little bit of a bad spot. You can put troops there and shoot the workers. But there is only one sort of way into the base, and it's here, so fairly safe at the moment. So it looks like we're just getting the troops together, planning a sortie excursion out of the base, try and take down this force, and then maybe look to get a bit of map control, open up some opportunities to do some damage. So see, we're almost going round behind the army and try to push it into this area. Because if you don't notice, it's sort of backed up against this Nova and trees here. So there's a good chance it can get some free shots off. It looks like you mismicroed a little bit there. Maybe tried to sit on top of the hill. But that Nova to his back has sort of blocked him in position now. Can breathe again. Just for a little bit. Now these troops can almost just sit here. Create a problem. But that winning force are going to send out and try and do some damage to our opponent now. I really wish we shot and ate this keeper. Just keeps running past the command center now. So that force is sent out is looking to do some pressure. It's got a nice hill that you can just sit on to like rally his troops, but superior force there. Sees on the Nova. He's maybe thinking about the T3 transition. I think a little thing that sucks about his base though is he sort of cut himself out of a few bits of room for farms. But we sent the troops away. I think we're just looking to kill all those troops. That's the first T3 building placed, the war centre. At home there seems to be a lot of idols. I was a very micro-y sort of player back then. It's all about getting as much value out of my units as I could. Making the big strategic plays. The focusing on the macro came later. These lads need to get back to work. I think they're all bugged out because they were mining here and got shot. Little scouting trooper here. But we're going to see the big hill. Not going to go into that. Half my troopers are already dead. Quite a few of them on just 2 health. He's got the upgrades now as well. I don't know if that's a mistake or what plans we have for 2 Mounties. I'm assuming that's just a miscue. So I think we've got his buildings down. Is he on his way? Not quite. He's lacking a few farms. Managed to get ourselves a house there. It's 65. That's 2 meg factories down though. Things are looking good for him here. The worker differences at this point. 42 to 45. It was worse than T1. What are these Mounties for? I don't know. There's 4 of them now though. There's a war centre. They're very, very behind, just because they never had these farms during this this frat. Some new carbon processors would be great as well. So he's on his way to T3. Not looking good for us. Yeah, sending the troops out. Don't even have upgrades yet. Going into a hill. Will we win the fight? No. We've got +1 now. So he's pulling the troops back because he's T3. And I was probably going to win that fight. Because of the nature patrol. So we brought these Mounties with us. I think they're going to go for the power core. Super desperate. I've never seen this out of this. This is interesting. I like this. Almost trying to overwhelm him just as he gets T3 to buy ourselves some time at home. Almost got the power core. Built a command center. Not sure what the mech destroyer was, if that was a mistake, but following up with more Mounties and just tasking them onto different strike mechs. Killed quite a few. We're gonna get the power core, I think. Oh, he's going to repair it. Just in time. A lot of workers being killed. I can't even blame him for taking so much damage to this. That was a extremely rogue move. I like it though. Didn't know I was capable of such nonsense. So it's bought us a bit of time. It shocked him a bit. He does have 3 command centers though, so you can rebuild the workers, right? It's not. He's not dead, and he's got T3. He probably can't sustain his mech factories in the same way as he could have pre-nonsense though, because I think he was going to just be set up to have 2 command centers and spam out strike mechs. But he's going to have to make a lot of farms and stuff just to power these 3 CCs and pump out all the workers to make use of them. Meanwhile, switching to Grenadiers, some Mounties, just chase away the lone strikes and just getting the eco up. Yeah, maybe making a bit too much defense and should just cut a few corners and get up there. Really would love to see a new carbon processor. That's getting shocking. These strikes gonna find an annoying angle. Not quite. It's quite quiet in space now. We should get quite far ahead with the workers, I would have thought. Oh wow. A lot of workers behind. 51 to 33. Now it looks like the Gren's got a massive shot there. Killed those 3 strikes. I think there's almost an opportunity to be aggressive again with this force, but it's easy for you to say when you're watching the game, the bird's eye view. You can see everything. Now the command center got a lot of workers to build. So on our way to Tech 3, mech factory going down. This force are wandering about. A lot of sentry posts. What's the fog of war like? See quite a lot. Maybe a few redundant ones there, but the idea is solid. RUT3. Almost. Oh, heavy troopers and strike mechs. It's actually quite good against this army. It'll be interesting to see what we do with these. Probably standard really, just to have some anti-air troopers when someone's D3, because we would normally just throw down an airbase. I think in Pinto's case here is he just doesn't have room for an airbase, with the way that his base is quite tightly packed. So strike mech's coming in there. That is powered. Quite like how all the production's packed on this side. Farms on this side. No, these workers have been trying to build for a while. Or so it just seems like a lot of defensive units just being built and chilling and not knowing what the other's going to be doing. See how the worker count is doing now. 54, 55. So he's evened it out now with the 4 command centers. We haven't quite gotten a second command center yet. Did get a new carbon though. Exciting. So this cool little Wookiee trooper strike mech force is on the way out. The Mounties in a separate control group, maybe looking to flank or something. It's been very, very aggressive. Almost all in really, not having any command centers. Anti-air turrets out of fear. Don't want to take any chances other than crazy attacks. Nice shots with the ground though. Look at the strike mechs tanking the shots. Moving them about a little bit. It's good micro until that point, but looks like the Grens are being focused. Just try to kill as many strikes as possible while the strike mechs kill the troopers. So it's just strike mechs with troopers left, reinforcing. I think I don't think I showed the Mounties there. Just try to get the trooper count low enough that they can go in. Because they do die quite quickly. No. not sure who comes off worse there, really. I think that army had a more potential to be like a ball of death. So cutting it down a bit was nice. New command center's been placed. Eco still looks okay. Still making new grenadiers. Big strikes. I think economically we're going to be kind of behind though, with how much this can ramp up, all these command centers. You can see that a lot of units are now out for Pinto. It looks like units have been cut a little bit here. Artillery though is going to be really good against this army. Strikes and grens to complement it. Definitely a wonderful unit to be building as Wookiees as well, because the way that they can scale up as you go into T4, you get range, etc. AMD up here that I suppose he's just there just in case some strikes end up behind. But there's not been much harassment coming out, it's more just making balls of death. Don't have T1. Don't have the T2 carbon upgrade apparently. I could have built it on the one with the power core. Always making the simplest of mistakes. So army pushing up. Some workers coming round to build a fort as well, maybe on top of that hill. You can see all this Nova that's contested, which is quite an interesting feature of this map. Big artillery shots though, this army is not good against artillery. I'd say it's one of the hardest T3 counters. Take a long time to kill them as well, get quite a few shots off. But there were a lot of strikes, a lot of troopers. So I think this fort's going to go up without too much of an issue. So definitely securing those two piles and can maybe shoot the workers there. There's even ore over here as well, in contention. That heavy weapons factory is coming out of Pinto here. Be guaranteed by the fort. Got their own fort here. Moving into AMDs and strike mechs, seems both players are as well. Just through the odd trooper being made, but I suppose they're an extra little bit of production, and if you can afford it, it's great because he's got the upgrades for them. Even the dark trooper getting in there as well, all the trooper upgrades he's got, which is great. Be good against those grenadiers. But the fort's gotten up. The artillery are chasing units that they shouldn't be because they're just running into fort fire. And the other good thing about his troopers is you can put them in the fort to get the extra beams. See, that's quite a lot of damage. No shield generator out of any player. Command center here, taking up those resources. Look at all this Nova in the middle. Actually got quite a cool 1v1 map. So we're only on 2 command centers. I'll be pinning on 5. $72 workers, 102. So 30 workers behind now. But don't forget we're a micro focus player. We're gonna get the value out of these units. We're gonna get 30 workers of value out of our forces. Don't worry. Also joining in on the trooper garrison experience. A tale of 2 towers. Ooh, the rare 3rd command center. Some extra troop centers. Again, needed more carbon processors. This is Pinto here. This is a bit inefficient. Is he on his way to T4? Or, yeah. It's a lot of res. I wonder what he's going to do with these. He seems to be making anything with them. Nothing garrisoned either. Settled down a little bit. Just accepting it's a no man's land. Got the shield up though. Start doubling the fort's health. Surprise pummels. Look at that. Such an angry player. Just ready to attack at all moments. 4 pummels, that seems like the magic number. A lot of MDs here though. Though with no shield, it certainly makes this attack feel possible. Look at the damage it's doing to that heavy weapons factory. So, Pinto T4. I think these are coming over to make a shield now. Cannon coming out. No, the pummels are going to get revealed. Oh no. So sad. What are we up to? Not micro in here. What are we busy with? Making more command centers now. Fort's gonna go down as well. I hate when the units do that. Sneak off to die. Bloody Mulan units. Sneaking off to fight on their own. So the forces are coming forward, artillery getting some shots, Mounties going in. May just be T3 units, but it's quite a division there. Different layers. Troopers are getting thrown out now to come and deal with this. Cannon's still alive, unfortunately. The fort has gone down. A few extra mech factories getting added into the mix here. A lot of dart troopers and MDs being used. Tanking the shots for the MDs. Kill any of the troopers that are thrown out from my side here. And calling GG there. Certainly way too much stuff there. Outclassed by the T4 AMDs. Certainly an interesting game. Don't know what could have been done better in that sense. Is maybe just a bit more of a focus on getting command centers up when they hit T3. But the initial attack I thought was really cool. Did a lot of damage and slowed things down. Quite a good one. I like that map. I like how all the resources are up for contention now. I'll need to do more 1v1 recorded games because there's quite a few. Particularly between myself and this player Pinto. We used to play these quite a lot. Back in about 2009, 2012. So anyway, if you like the video, comment, subscribe, leave a comment on anything that could be done better or anything that you would like to see from the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.